Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about a topic that many people want to hear, especially they have a significant other that's about to ship out to basic training or boot camp. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself first. So with my story, I went to basic training and I had a girlfriend. Within the first 2-3 days of me being at reception, and that's where you go to in process and get all your uniforms and stuff. I literally sent a letter to my girlfriend and I broke up with her. The reason why I broke up with her because I knew I was going to cheat on her. When I tell you, you have a lot of females that go to basic training, and yes, you can't wear makeup, but a lot of them are still beautiful without makeup. I knew I was going to cheat on my girlfriend. So I sent her a letter saying, hey, I do not want to be with you no more. We were already having underlying issues. So I just made it easier for me to focus on basic training and myself. Because every time we would get on the phone, even within the first 2-3 days of being at reception, we would argue. And I said, I don't have time for this. And I knew it more likely I was going to cheat. So today I'm going to talk about what you should expect if you have a significant other, people that fraternize. You have married people that fraternize. You have single people that fraternize. That's something that's very frowned upon. So I'm going to get into it. We're going to watch this video right here. And I'm going to go over what I think you should prepare for if you have a significant other that's shipping out to basic training or boot camp in the near future, or they're already there at basic training and at boot camp.
So boom, do y'all get cheated on in basic training? I want to tell y'all right now, if y'all got a girlfriend or boyfriend that's in basic training, y'all might as well break up with them. Now, I'm not saying everybody that's in basic training is going to cheat, but I know from my own experience and seeing shit with my own eyes that people are going to be in there that first week. Oh, my boyfriend this, my girlfriend that, my wife, my husband, blah, blah, blah. Let it get to week 7 or 8, and they got a battle boo. Shit, fuck around and it be week 2 or 3. They got fucking battle boos and they love this.
Now, what I'm going to say is when I went to basic training, 90% of the people who I was in basic training with, they were single, including myself. But the people who were fraternizing the most were the people that were married. Like, we had 2 soldiers and another platoon, and they were always around each other. So fast forward to week 5, they got caught fraternizing. I guess they were writing letters to one another, and they were put on extra duty. Like, they got demoted in rank, and they got put on extra duty. I'm talking about like filling like sandbags up and whatnot. And then another guy that was in my company, him and I, we weren't in the same platoon, but he was in my company. I mean, he was talking to every girl. And mind you, I was fortunate because when I went to basic training, out of all the females that were in my battalion, we had the worst looking females in my company. So at that time, I was frustrated. I'm like, man, I don't have no eye candy to look at, nothing. Like most of the girls, I'm telling you, all the girls in my company, they didn't look, I mean, they were pretty ugly to me. But that helped me out because I was able to focus more on basic training. But when I tell you, like, the next company over, Bravo company, oh my goodness, they had all the fine girls. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that, yes, basic training, you're getting taught how to be a soldier. You're getting taught these different skills and these different traits to become a soldier. But you do have a lot of time where you're sitting there, you're waiting, you're sitting there, you're lonely. And it's just human nature to want to find somebody that you can relate to. Yes, is that person supposed to be the same gender as you? Of course. But people have needs. Let's just be honest. And I'm not giving a pass to people who are fraternizing in basic training. It's completely wrong. When I was fraternizing in basic training, it was completely wrong for me. I actually got caught because of my battle buddy. And they found the letter that I wrote to another girl, not in my company, in a different company. And what I would do is I would use my mailing address from home and I would mail the letter to her when she was in Charlie company. So I was in Alpha company, she was in Charlie company. And how I got caught is that my battle buddy was like the worst soldier in the company. So they inspected my wall locker and his wall locker. I thought I had flushed everything down the toilet. I didn't. They caught me. I was threatened to be kicked out of the Army. I was threatened to be demoted. My drill sergeant at the time had me write like a 10-page paper after training. So I stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning writing this 10-page paper. And I was very contrite. I was very sincere. I told him I effed up. My career is about to end before it started. And I never got called to the first sergeant's office. And back then, if you got in trouble in basic training, I don't know how it is now, but back then, they will call you like after dinner chow. And at the first sergeant call you, you already know you're in trouble. So thank God my drill sergeant never turned me in. And I learned a valuable lesson from that moment. But let's get back into the video.
Person you seeing people write notes to each other. They always want to be battle buddied up with some other person and shit like that. So it's not safe in basic training. That's what I say that to say that. Because I done seen a lot of shit. It be the same people that love they motherfucking significant other down. You hear me? But it seemed like soon as their little hormones get to running and shit, they want to be right up next to the next person, right? But then once it come family day and it come graduation day, they got their husbands, their kids, they all this, that, all there. And I will say shit. It ain't none of my business. But I'd be like, damn, wasn't you just, and he was, and that, like, hey, that shit ain't none of my business.
Now, he's right, but what I can tell you, when family day and graduation day came for me, I didn't pay attention to anybody else's family. I was just happy to see my family. I didn't care who were fraternizing, who their wife was, husband was. I was just so happy to see my parents, and I felt a joy of fulfillment because I was able to graduate from basic training. So I didn't care who was with who. I didn't care. I just knew at that time I was happy to see my family. But it does happen, like you said, it be the ones that be like, oh, I love my husband, or I love my wife the most. And then that, you know, they be the ones cheating. So he is absolutely right.
But you know, it's not safe, bro. So I'm going to tell you like this straight up. If you got a little ounce of doubt within your relationship, you might as well cut it off before they go to basic training, or cut it off before you go to basic training. Because I genuinely think it's more likely for your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend to cheat on you that's in basic training than you would cheat on, rather than you cheating on them being a civilian waiting for your significant other to come back from basic training. Because while there is temptation on the outside, there's a lot of temptation on the inside, and they with these people every single day. So you kind of forced to make a bond with these people, and some people gonna end up liking them. Me personally, bro, man, first of all, half the people in there was 18 and around 18 and 22. I'm 25. I ain't got no business. I had a 1-year-old son at the time, turning 2. I got a beautiful wife. I ain't worried about nothing that's out. I'm here for them. So for me to go to basic training and do some unfaithful shit, it's like, what am I even really doing? Like, it don't make no sense. But these younger kids and middle-aged kids, mid-20s and shit and younger, they're just wild. They don't really care. They fall victim to temptation too much, but that was never me. But I'd say about 75% of the people that go there, they're going to go there and try to do some shit that they ain't supposed to be doing. Now, fraternizing is frowned upon. You will get in trouble if you get caught. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get caught unless somebody ends up snitching on you. And
like I mentioned before, I'm for sure I would have never got caught if I didn't have the worst battle buddy in the freaking battalion. I'm for sure I wouldn't have got caught. But he's absolutely right. Like, you should be there to try to focus on your career, especially if you have a family. You have family, you got kids back home, you got a wife back home, or a husband back home. You should be focused on, like, your why, meaning, like, why you're here in basic training, what you're trying to do to better not only your life, but your family's life. And a lot of times that doesn't happen. I'm not saying that you should cut off the marriage. Hell no. But I think you should have that conversation with your husband and your wife and be like, hey, I know what goes on in basic training. And if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend that's about to ship out, have that uncomfortable conversation, because at the end of the day, it does happen. He is absolutely right. When you're around a person every single day for like 18, 19 hours a day, I mean, you become close. It's like a family, and you're going to argue. You're going to hate the person next to you at times, but you're going to love that person next to you. You're going to battle with that person. Like, you guys are all trying to achieve a goal. So it is normal to get close to a person while you're in a situation like that, because at the end of the day, you have no one. It's only yourself. You know, you're going through the struggle. So a lot of times you tend to gravitate to another person that's going through the same struggle as you. It's human nature. It's not right, but it's human nature. I enjoyed this video. He was absolutely right with everything he said. That's why I only showed one video. But it does happen. But it doesn't mean that it's going to happen to you. But I still will have that uncomfortable conversation before that person ships out. Because sometimes, even like me being married, like there are times that I've had to have uncomfortable conversations with my wife and vice versa. That happens. But, well, guys, I just want to give you guys an update. So I haven't made a video in a week. I had finals all last week, but I'm back. I will make more videos. I appreciate you guys' support like always. Salute. Peace.